Welcome to ActorCue. The goal is to add lines to the scene and rehearse or perform with them, just like having the reader in the room with you. Here, you are in line editor view. From here, we can add lines to the scene, edit them, organize them, and change a number of different properties of the lines to customize your scene. In this tutorial, we are going to cover how to use line editor view. First, let's cover the Auto Scene Options button in the menu bar. This button brings up the Auto Scene options, where you can import your sides and begin rehearsing and performing in just minutes. Now tap the Auto Scene Options button. Tap Create New Auto Scene button. Tap Import Script. And we have three different sides that we can choose from: casting sides, industry standard shooting sides, or dialogue pool only. Casting sides tend to have markings like Scene 1 and Scene 2, Start and End. In this case, we are going to choose casting sides. We're going to select the sides. Now the scene is set up automatically. We are going to select our character, in this case, John.
Hello, I am reading Jack's line.
Hello, I am reading Jack's lines.
Now, ActorCue recommends that we use the Reader Autofill option, as this is a more realistic reading. You have two options. You can record the reader lines here directly, or you can import the reader lines. How this is done is you record all the reader lines in one take, pausing between each line. Or you can send your script to your friend and have them record the reader lines in the same way. One take, pausing between each reader line. In this case, we will select Import Reader Lines, select the Reader Lines file, and now we will review the matches that have been automatically matched.
Was the audition for a guest star or recurring role? Congratulations, that's great.
Tap Applied Tentative Matches. Now the reader lines audio are automatically matched to the lines. We will review the scene. We can choose whether to show action/stage direction lines or not. The director voice reads the action lines. We can change the director voice.
Hello, I am your director.
Now we can review the lines, edit them quickly. If everything looks great, we tap Auto Scene Ready, Save and Finish. Tap Replace. The scene has been auto-filled successfully. We can choose to rehearse right now, or we can exit back to the line editor view. In this case, we will tap Rehearse Now. Now we are in SceneCue view, which is where we rehearse and perform the scene. We have options before we start the rehearsal or performance. In this case, we will turn the action lines off by tapping the action lines on and off toggle. Then we will say, Director Call Action.
Okay, ready, and action.
Was the audition for a guest star or recurring role?
Now it's our turn to say our line. It was for recurring.
Congratulations, that's great.
Thanks. Now we've reached the end of the scene. We can choose to do another take, or we can stop and go back to the line editor view. In this case, we will do another take. So we will simply say, Director, back to 1.
Okay, back to 1.
And if we're ready to start the scene, we will simply say, Director Call Action.
Okay, ready, and action.
Was the audition for a guest star or recurring role?
It was for recurring.
Congratulations, that's great.
Thanks. Now we will go back to the line editor by simply saying, Director Call Cut.
Okay, and we cut.
If we want to experiment or just play, we can switch the mode to cue mode. Any cue word that we say that matches the line will play the line. In this case, we will say the cue word great to play the congratulations, that's great line, and then thanks to play the thanks line. Now tap the play button to start listening for cues. Great.
Congratulations, that's great.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Great.
Congratulations, that's great.
We will tap stop to stop. The scene selector, which is in the upper left-hand corner, you can see there's up to 6 scenes. We also have a script button, which is on the upper right. It will bring up the script for the scene. You can choose to add a script. We'll go back. There's also a notes button for you to take scene notes. There is a mode button. This mode changes between performance mode and cue mode, the two main modes in ActorCue. Selecting it will show you this message, the mode switch. You can switch between performance mode or cue mode. Performance mode, when you press play, ActorCue opens SceneCue view for a full rehearsal workflow, best for rehearsal and performances. When you switch to cue mode, when you press play, ActorCue stays in the editor view and waits for a spoken cue word that matches a line. If one is heard, it plays that line directly, then goes back to listening until you press stop. This is great for improv, skits, and funny video. We have a minimize button. This will add more room for you to be able to work in line editor view. To create a line, tap create. The preferred method is to record or import audio. In this case, we are going to select an audio file to import. We are going to select this line. We can now preview it.
Was the audition for a guest star or recurring role?
We can see the line text, which is a description of what this audio line says. And the cue word. Now, the cue word is the word or phrase that, when heard, will cause the player to move to the next line after this line is played in performance mode. It is also different in cue mode. This cue word, when you are in cue mode, will activate and play this line directly when you say it. And we will add to list. Now, we are going to add my line to the scene. Whose line is it? It is me. You can choose to type the text in and the cue word, or you can record it, which is a much faster way to put your lines in. It was for recurring. Tap save. The line is transcribed automatically and the cue word is automatically set to the last word. You can tap into cue word to change it, or tap into the line text to change it. Now we tap add to list. You can see the toggle between reader and me. You can change this at any time for any line. Now we will add another reader line to the same. We can preview this on.
Congratulations, that's great.
If everything looks great, quick add to list. Now, with each individual line, we can swipe over selectively, select the delete button. We can tap to edit, select a new audio file, preview the audio file that is already selected to this line, or change from reader to MIDI, or change the line text or the cue word. We can also add a delay if we should desire for the line to be delayed before it's played, by tapping the delay button and setting a delay. We can now save and play at that to watch it happen.
Congratulations, that's great.
Perfect. We can also trim the beginning and end of this line.
Congratulations, that's great. That's great. Great. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Now, we can also change the pitch shift, change the playback speed, or decrease or increase the volume.
Congratulations, that's great.
Congratulations. That's great.
Now, we can re-record the audio if we should desire by tapping the record button. We can also switch the line between audio or text-to-speech.
Congratulations, that's great.
Congratulations. That's great.
We can also reorder the lines by tapping and holding the 3 lines in the middle and dragging the line. For much larger scenes, we can tap Organize Lines, see the scene in a zoomed-out view, and organize them more easily. We can also select Tap Mode. Tap Mode is also covered in the Tap Mode tutorial. Now, the Play button, if we are in performance mode, takes us to the SceneCue view. If the scene only has text-to-speech reader lines, an alert may show. You can choose to continue with text-to-speech reader or cancel. You can tap Clear Lines to clear every line in the scene.